Final
Bloomberg
words.
probably paid him $150.
Yeah.
$150.
Yeah.
Jake, y'all, stop this.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
my
Bloomberg
God.
paid Michael Douglas $150
Oh, my
to
gosh.
say that. What's going on, America? I am Grim Allen, and welcome to the newest episode of the Dear America podcast. Ducky, the dog, just walked in. He heard us recording, and so now he's like,
You
the
have
show.
to admit, no one ever hears him. He's a really good boy. He just
Well,
lays
you
down.
say that, and now he's moving around looking like
He's
there's no
because he's
How
looking
can
for
I-
a spot.
pee
How can I
in
get in
the
this thing?
carpet.
No, he's just gonna lay down. He's a good boy. Everyone who has met Ducky, everyone has fallen in love with him.
That's true. He has a certain appeal about him to everybody.
This feminine characteristic.
Anyway, I'm exhausted today. This is one of those real life moments where I can say that at around 4:15 this morning, first of all, Alyssa doesn't like to go to bed. And so she gets mad at me when I say I want to go to bed early because Alyssa claims that she can't go to bed without me, but yet me going to bed before her messes up her routine.
Oh.
So God forbid we
can't help
mess
it.
up her ability to sleep.
We always go
but
to bed
if I'm
together.
tired,
I think that's sweet.
I'm not allowed to go to
You
bed.
will go to sleep when I
And
tell
by
you.
the way, I'm the one who said I was exhausted last night and wanted to go to bed early.
So we
I don't know
don't
what you're
normally go to
saying.
bed till at least around 11:30.
Which Jake's like, whatever, I don't go to bed till 3.
Well, that's great, but Jake sleeps later than we do. Anyway, and then around 4:15, I hear a knock at the door, and I get up because I lock our bedroom door. I've seen too many scary movies, and no demonic child's going to get up in my grill in the middle of the night
Well, the
without
real
me knowing
reason
about
is
it.
also one of our children, I can't remember which one now, did come in and stand over Graham.
And I
kinda
almost
like to
punched
scare-
him.
And he he startled
Almost.
Graham, and
Never
Graham's
be
now
too safe.
I almost punch.
Yeah.
I'm a puncher.
So-
like if you startle me in my sleep, I am a swinger.
So we thought we should probably lock the doors
And
from
so
here
that's
on
all
out.
I need
Let him
is
knock.
Grim Allen punch his child in the face.
They're going to take that audio clip too. I'm a swinger.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
no.
are. Yeah, I'm a fist
We are not
thrower
swingers.
swinger that way. Anyway, so 4:15, Gage, our oldest, is at the door, and he's like, "Dad, can we watch TV? We're up." And I said, "What do you mean we're up?" And I look around the corner, and Gunner's like hiding in the corner because Gunner's up too. And and it's dark. And here in Texas, even at like 6:30, it's still dark, right? And so I was like, "Well, what time is it?" And that's when they had like the look of they know they're fixing to get in trouble. So I walk over to the oven because that's where the nearest clock is, and it's 4:15 in the morning, and they're like, "Dad, I know it's early, but we're up. Like, there's no way we could possibly go back to sleep." Like this is a conversation I'm having with my two boys. See there?
I know.
See there?
He usually doesn't do this, and
Yeah,
y'all know
exactly.
it. Y'all know
There's
it.
the dog
He's bringing
causing
his
problems,
toys in.
bringing his
Well, that's the
toys
problem
in here
is his
while
toy,
we're
'cause
trying
he
to
really
film.
likes that toy.
Anyway, at 4:15 in the morning, this is where children test your patience. It's not only a parent, but as like a man in general, because this is the moments where you just want to. They're not infants. They're not infants. It's not like they don't understand that it's 4:15 in the
Right.
morning.
That's why he's
they
hiding behind the
completely
door.
understand that they are really tempting fate right now with me. And so I'm really working on, it's not going well, but I'm really working on not being that blow up kind of dad. That like every time they do something just completely dumb, I just like lose it. So I think I handled it pretty well. After many a negotiation, they went back up to bed. So I get up this morning at 6. So that was 4:15. My alarm goes off at 6 because I got to go work out before we do all this other stuff we do during the day.
Yeah.
I come home And of course, the boys have now slept longer than they have ever slept in their lives.
In their life.
And they're not even dressed for school at this point. And so it was a
We'll show Dad.
nightmare
We'll show him.
of a morning. And I definitely did not yell a lot at that time to go to school. So it was a yell school ride. It was a school ride of yelling.
That's funny.
Not yelling. I don't think I yell. Alyssa thinks I yell.
Graham says he inflects. His
The
inflects
military would say,
is
every
not-
military
is not.
person listening to this, it's an inflection. And a, hey, that's not yelling. Everyone knows what I sound like when I yell, okay? That is
It's an inflection of my volume.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's
that's
a
what he. That
volume
literally is how he
inflection, okay?
justifies it. I'm
Anyway,
like, no, that's not.
I
no.
tell
Calm
Alyssa
it
all the
down.
time, if I was yelling, you would know it.
You know.
the neighbors would know if I was really yelling. Anyway, so there's a fine line. Well, we talked about this with some guests previously. There's a fine line between what is the, you got to be dad, what is the, this is a be calm and friend moment, and what is the time it's time to lay the smackdown type situation. And I just think my boys are old enough to know that they got to get dressed in the morning.
Yeah.
Like every morning. You know you're going to school. You know that you got to get dressed.
In their defense, there was a lot going on here. So we had a lot going that you walked into. So.
My father is texting us while we... Oh! This will be a fun story. This is random story moment. The news is kind of dead, so we've got a couple things to talk about, but this is random story moment about my father. So my dad is moving back to our hometown in
this is
Columbus.
so weird.
This is so funny.
Did you hear
So
this?
he's
Oh my
moving
God.
into our hometown, and he sends me a picture of the house he's renting. And the house he's renting is a house that me and Alyssa have actually rented in
Yes.
that area. And the fun fact of this is
So weird.
he writes me to ask my experience about the house. Well, first of all, this house was the absolute worst landlords we've ever had in our entire life.
Yeah, they were real brutal.
But it's also the house that we conceived Gage in and found out that we were pregnant with Gage. So my dad writes, and I'm like, hey, by the way, while you're laying your head down at night, just remember that your oldest grandson was conceived in right around that same area that you're laying down in.
Yikes.
And it was a really fun moment
It
for
was
me to be
so
able to say that.
ironic. Like,
Yeah.
there's lots of houses in Columbus.
And he
Plenty
picks
of
the
houses.
one house that his
we
grandson
rented
was conceived in
9 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyway.
10, yeah.
All right. So there's a couple things in the news to talk about. We're going to get into the normal things. But before we do that, let's get into a sponsor. Tac Pack is the premier monthly subscription box for military, tactical, and Second Amendment enthusiasts. For just $49.95 a month, they ship you at least $100 worth of gear from companies like 511, HexMeg, Mission First Tactical, Armaspect, and America Grip, to name a few. They ship you out AR-15 parts, everyday carry tools, knives, cleaning kits, and a mix of other tactical gear and apparel direct to you. Sign up today for the March Pack, which is worth $200. Go to tacpack.com, and when you use the promo code GRAHAM at checkout, receive a free extra bag of tactical goodies shipped out with your first pack. So, if you're into tactical gear from the best companies for half the price, TacPack is for you. Go to tacpack.com and get the March Pack today. Tacpack.com, that's tacpack.com, offer code Graham. All right, so Jussie Smollett.
Jussie Smollett. That's right.
Jussie Smollett, as Dave Chappelle would say, has made his way back into the news cycle because finally, literally a year later,
Justice.
justice is being served, and Jussie Smollett. Jussie, what a stupid name. It's the dumbest name.
Okay, his
Just-
mama, I'm
Jussie.
sure liked it. And maybe it's a family name, like
Jussie?
Justin and
Jussie?
somebody. And
Maybe she said like Jesse, but the person was like
Jussie?
Jussie?
That is what.
Jussie?
That's what they
Jussie.
spelled it like
All
they're
right,
pronouncing
it's on
it.
there
Jussie?
now. We're rolling with it.
Anyway, or it's one of those birth certificate mess ups that they
Yeah.
just didn't change.
yeah.
Most better than a child named Marijuana. Still can't believe
Pepsi.
that one.
Pepsi.
Marijuana Pepsi.
Marijuana Pepsi. Oh, man, the doctor. That's awesome. Anyway, all right, so he is now indicted on 6 counts, and he has to appear in front of the court February 24th. He'll probably only get, I don't know if anything will happen.
He'll get a couple of years.
You think he will?
Do you think he actually will serve time?
Will?
I think so.
Or you think it'll be like
debatable.
one of those like celebrity things, like Robert Downey Jr. technically went to jail.
He's a B-list, man. He's
Yeah.
not a
No,
A-list
see, I think
celebrity.
he'll go maybe for a few months, and then once everybody subsides, then they'll just like.
He'll get
I
beat
don't
up
know.
for real one time.
Yeah,
I
no.
don't know.
Like,
Once
oh,
they
let's
see
do
the real nature behind this whole thing and how it was covered
Oh,
up.
will they
and-
see it, you think?
Yes.
Let's
a new
not
prosecutor.
let's not mix this up here, okay? Jussie Smollett tried very hard and almost succeeded in starting a race war. That's exactly
true.
what he tried to do. He faked a hate crime and then blamed it on Trump supporters.
Yeah.
And then
I
blamed
remember
it on the president.
I remember that morning that the story came out, and
Yeah.
we were all saying, like, there's no way that happened.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
but the reason that it was so terrible was because the intention was for nothing else but to start a race war.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
what it was. It
stir
was
up
to
racial
divide
tension.
the country and start a race war. Anyway, so I hope they serve Subways in prison. I don't know if they do or not. Since that's
yeah.
yeah.
Never mind.
no, they
Hold
serve
it
a lot of
in.
things in prison.
Stop.
Anyway.
Okay.
All right. Now,
You want a cold cut?
Nope. Ah, okay. Nope. You didn't hold it in.
Look, we're not being vulgar, okay?
A little bit.
This
That's a
is the
kind
reality
of Subway
prison.
sandwich.
Oh,
Okay.
did we talk about Netflix and chill yet? Have we said
No.
Netflix and
Oh,
chill.
okay.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Okay, have we talked
so,
about that?
okay.
I don't think
all right.
so.
Again, this is random story time, ladies and gentlemen, but welcome into our real world and our real lives. That is Alyssa.
Wait,
okay.
no, I don't-
No, you're not allowed to tell this. This is all me, okay? On the most recent season of The Bachelor, there is a scene in the very beginning where this girl has champagne that she brought to like share with Peter, who's a wiener. Anyway, he's
the
a
worst-
dweeb,
he's the
dude.
worst
He's the worst
bachelor in
bachelor ever.
history.
Anyway,
I'm
all right.
sure.
So anyone that's watched this Bachelor knows what I'm fixing to say. So she's got this champagne bottle, right? And instead of doing what most normal people do and pour it into a glass and drink it, she's just gonna turn it up one time.
Trying to be
yeah.
cute,
Party
yeah.
girl.
And so it explodes in her face. So naturally that leads to meme makers
Yes.
with
Where
the
it's going.
freeze frame of
Horrible.
all the champagne on her face, and it looks very much like something else. Okay? So the meme said, Netflix, are you still watching? Question mark. And then it said somebody's daughter, and it had the picture of her like with that on there. Okay. So it was horrible and it was vulgar,
Yeah,
but
I
I
don't
saw
support
it.
that
I
at
don't
all.
support the meme, but I saw it. And because Alyssa watches The Bachelor, I show it to her and I'm like, hey, this is really crude, but this is hilarious.
Yeah.
She doesn't get the joke.
I got the picture. I didn't
you
understand
don't
the joke.
She didn't understand the joke, and I was like, babe, this is about Netflix and chill kind of stuff. And she looks at me like, what are you talking about? And I said, Netflix and chill. She goes, yeah. What do you mean? You do know what Netflix and chill means, right?
Mom.
And she
No, I
goes,
really pride myself on being in the
Alyssa
know.
did not know
I didn't.
what Netflix and chill
I
actually stood
missed
for.
that one.
Hashtag Dear America.
Everyone
How
knows.
many of you actually know what Netflix and chill means? Alyssa thought it really meant you watch a movie and you chill
you
out on the
chill.
couch.
But
Chill.
She did not know that it was undercover slang for we're going to have sex while Netflix is going. That's
Yeah,
what
I
it
really-
means.
I
If
really
you didn't
didn't.
know before, now you
If
know.
you didn't know before, now
but
you know.
I would like to take this moment to personally apologize to on all my story feeds and
She's
to,
been putting
to everyone I've-
Netflix and chilling all the time.
I have, because I thought that's what it meant. So every story and everyone I talk to, all of our church members, when you listen, I apologize when I send me and Graham Netflix and chill all weekend.
This is right up there with
That's
the time
awesome.
she was pregnant, and we were at a Walgreens once.
This was pregnancy brain.
This was sure it was. We were checking out, and they were like, "Do you want a plastic bag with that?" And Alyssa, without missing a beat, goes, "No, I'll save a tree today."
Graham Graham was so gracious as we're walking out. He was
This
like,
woman that I love, the mother of my children, she has literally pulled up in the drive-thru
okay, that's enough.
and
Enough of
like,
me.
what's the difference between the cheeseburger and the bacon cheeseburger?
No.
And I'm in the middle of a drive-thru, like the microphone is on, and I'm just going, "What is wrong with you?"
Oh man.
You're not saying it because there could be other things besides the bacon.
She's like, "Why is there like a $2 difference between the cheeseburger and the bacon?"
Shut up. Okay,
That's
you know
funny.
what? I'm really smart in real
man.
life.
I'm really smart.
I just have
Alright.
moments, okay?
Speaking of really smart people, let's talk about the New Hampshire primaries. That were
Oh
last night.
man.
All right. So Bernie Sanders has, we finally have a winner. We still don't really know who won Iowa.
No, no
All
one
right?
knows.
But by God, we got New Hampshire figured out.
The party that wants to have the government take care of your health care can't even do a caucus. You know?
There's some shady
Chad
stuff
said,
going
"Who
on.
would have
though.
thought caucuses were hard?" I don't know what's wrong with us today, ladies and gentlemen. These are just real. These are real things that happen. Anyway, so let's talk about the New Hampshire primaries really quick. But before we do, let's get into a sponsor. Every night, local police departments across America receive hundreds of calls from burglar alarms. The vast majority of the time, they have no idea whether the alarm is real. Is there really a crime going on or not? All the alarm company can tell them is the motion sensor went off. Simply Safe Home Security is different. If there's a break-in, Simply Safe uses real video evidence to give police an eyewitness account of the crime. That means police dispatch is up to 350% faster than a normal burglar alarm. It's 24/7 monitoring by live security professionals. You can set it up, your system, yourself, no tools needed, or Simply Safe can do it for you, and it's only 50 cents a day with no contract. If you love your family, you want to protect your home and your stuff, Simply Safe is a no-brainer. Visit simplysafe.com/Dear America. You'll get free shipping and a 60-day risk-free trial. You've got nothing to lose. Go now and be sure you go to simplysafe.com/Dear America so they know our show sent you. That's simplysafe.com/Dear America. So Bernie Sanders wins, but the surprising thing from the Democratic side, we'll start Democratic side first.
Yeah.
The surprising thing is how close it actually was with Pete Buttigieg.
Yep.
All right. So Sanders won. There's a lot of people who still believe that it's not really going to matter, that Sanders is going to be undeniably. It's weird because Sanders had a much stronger support back in 2016, but he got snubbed for Hillary Clinton. Mm-hmm. He has a much tougher fight this time around because of Pete. Mm-hmm. But a lot of people think that they're not going to be able to deny Sanders the nomination again because Biden has completely bombed. I mean, Biden is such an embarrassment. It is not even funny. Yeah. Warren has fallen off the map. I
think Corn Pop is sabotaging Joe
Corn
Biden.
Pop.
Yeah. He's sabotaging Joe.
Poor Joe.
I told the story about Corn Pop.
Yeah.
He flipped out a straight razor.
Little kids feeling on my legs, pushing
Yeah.
the hair down. Anyway,
Ew.
His family needs to step in.
his family
I
needs
agree.
to
Where are his true
commend
friends?
him.
Like, don't say those things, Joe.
It's like, come on, Grandpa, we need to go home.
All right. So Amy Klobuchar and
Klobuchar.
Pete, whatever. I like Klobuchar.
Klobuchar.
What are these
Klobuchar,
last
that's what I'm
names? Why
gonna
can
call
they
her.
not have Allen,
Right?
Smith, Jones,
I'm going to call her Klobuchar.
Graham?
Klobuchar.
What is her real name?
Klobuchar.
Now see,
Yeah, now you got me.
see, now you got me thinking
It
Klobuchar.
sounds much better, Klobuchar. All right.
Klobuchar.
Anyway, it's
She
like
has the-
Don Lemon, Don Lemon.
She has like the best chance now, in my opinion.
I
with
know. I
Buttigieg.
think Sanders is going to get it. Sanders is the favorite, obviously.
He's not a woman.
He's not a woman.
Yeah, but he's the most popular because if you ask people on the street, no one's heard of Klobuchar, but they all know Bernie. I don't know. I think he is more popular.
Okay, from a optic standpoint and from a voter standpoint, here's why if Sanders continues to win the primaries, why they won't not be able to do it. Because I think they know that Trump is just going to destroy anybody anyway. But if Sanders gets the most votes and they don't give Sanders the nod, then they risk the opportunity. They risk the optics of, well, the Democratic Party is just as is doing the exact same thing that you accuse the Republican Party of, and they're going to lose those in the middle votes, and then they're going to get destroyed even more. I don't think that they cannot give it to Sanders
but see,
if he continues to to primary wealth.
Sanders isn't a Democrat. I mean, some may claim that. He's a Democratic socialist.
But Pete and Klobuchar are two middle ground. And
Right.
I don't think that they're going to get the nod.
But now that Warren is basically out, like she lost in her backyard.
Yeah,
she got like fourth
Warren's
place.
dead in the water.
Yeah,
Warden, Biden and Warden. Biden and Warren. Warden. That's what they would have been called
Warren.
if they'd have run together. Warden.
Warren.
If Warren's out, there's only one female left, Klobuchar. They
Yeah.
are a party of diversity.
What Sanders needs to be doing.
Couldn't he do her as like
Sanders needs to be having dinner with Klobuchar
Yeah.
right now and
maybe.
and figuring out, hey,
Yeah, I just think she's too moderate for him. I think he's too extreme.
well, he can't have AOC because she's
Right.
too young.
Yeah.
Thank God. Because that AOC would be Sanders VP if she was 35.
Yeah, she would.
But she's not. She's not 35. So where do you go? If you're Sanders, okay, you're winning, but you got two people on your heels that if they team up together, they're going to beat you. So who does Sanders call on to be his VP?
I really don't know. It's hard to think about. I mean, he'd maybe pick. Man, I don't know.
I
He's
think
just so
he tries.
extreme.
I think he tries to slide in and get Klobuchar. I really do. I really do. How do you take out Pete? Even though you're beating him, you're not beating him by a lot. So how do you take out Pete? You got to go after the number 3. Whoever's polling number 3, that's who you got to go after, and that's who you got to try to coerce and convince
Do you
to
really?
be your
That's a
do
good
you
point.
really think, like in their minds at night in their bedroom, like, do you really think they think I have a shot at this? Like with Donald Trump just landsliding?
Yeah.
A
everything?
Democratic
I think so.
strategist was on CNN the other day, and he said, we've never seen anything like this where people are finishing in the polls 4th, 5th, and 6th, and they just keep going. Like they're not quitting.
Well, what did we say
Oh.
last episode? I think we did. Andrew Yang said
Andrew Yang, yep.
Trump is not the root of all of our problems, and we need to quit talking about it. Week later, he's out of the race.
By the way, Andrew Yang, the Yang Gang, is officially out of the presidential race, which I guess that means we're not getting our $1,000 a month, and I'm ticked off about it.
Yeah.
Dude, those were going to be taxes. I was anticipating that.
We were looking forward to those.
But now what are we going to do?
Yeah.
We budgeted that in.
What's his name? Let's see. Hang on.
Klobuchar isn't going to have enough money. She's not going to be able to raise enough money to compete with Bernie.
Which is why she may team up with him.
Colorado Senator Michael Bennett also dropped out yesterday.
Yeah,
And
who?
the world universally responded with,
Who?
I've never... Ow! I just bit my tongue. Ow!
Oh, are you okay? That hurts.
Sometimes, you know.
Hurt really bad.
Things
I
get
was
really
trying to
exciting.
say
Tongue gets to going.
Tulsi. I was trying to say Tulsi, and
Tulsi.
it bit in the middle of Tulsi. Her name won't come out of my mouth the right way. Anyway, she's still in it technically, even
Yeah.
though she's not
Of course
allowed
she
to
is.
like debate or
Technically.
anything. But she's still, man, she hadn't called
I'm
it
gonna
quits
ride
yet.
it until.
So again, I think for purposes of trying to figure out, because in June 6th, like the de facto day when the candidate is officially announced and
I don't
decided
know.
upon. So yeah, they primary February 3rd through June the 6th. So yeah, I mean, I don't know if they announce it then, but that's when the primaries are, and that's when the delegates are put out and all this other kind of stuff. And then you need, this says 2,300, over 2,300 votes to secure the nomination. So again, if Bernie Sanders keeps winning the primaries, I don't see how they're going to be able to screw him over like they did in 2016.
Well, they kind of did because he's running against Trump on like the Trump train.
Well, what about Bloomberg?
Bloomberg.
What about Bloomberg? Bloomberg's not going to do
There's no way.
anything. Bloomberg just came out as a racist because he said
that's
we're
what I
not
was gonna
stopping
bring
enough
up.
black people on stopping.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Say that clear.
So
Go ahead.
he spoke at the Aspen Institute and basically said 95% of people who create crime are young men, young minority men, usually because of drugs.
Wow.
And he reached out to him and he's like, "Yeah, squash that video."
Oh.
And that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And-
Oh, okay,
that
we'll
would
get
get
right
out.
on that.
and
Oops.
they said okay. They're like, "We respect our speakers and we don't know why he had us."
I
do
have no
this,
idea
but,
how that leaks.
Anyway.
But he has a lot of money. I mean, our next ad is a Mike Bloomberg ad. So
Yeah, we got to make our money a certain way. It did come out that he's paying influencers $150 each to say something nice about him. The only thing
That's it?
What
to say how
stood
cool
out,
he is.
That's what I was finna say. My beautiful wife, who doesn't care about money, just said it. Anyway, a lot of people were like, "Oh my God, I can't believe he would pay people." But people that are actual like influencers, we looked at it and went, $150.
come on, Mike.
I'm not doing
that's-
crap
no.
for $150.
Yeah.
Maybe he's
Who
getting
are
like
these-
just people.
Who
like,
are these
other,
influencers that he's
I don't know.
contacting? Is my question. That's awful low.
Yeah.
Come on, Bloomberg.
He's trying to
Come on,
show how
Bloomberg.
cool he is.
He's probably hurting from all them Super Bowl ads that he put out.
Probably. Yeah, I spent all my money there.
Anyway, for those of you who have no idea what we're talking about, in the influencer world, $150 is not a lot of money. Anyway, speaking
He
of
could
money,
probably get me for $150.
title of your sex tape.
What? No. Graham, I am worth way more than that.
Oh no, we've been,
But
on
not
a-
in the influencer
we've
world.
been on an office kick here lately, and she just walked right into that one. Anyway, speaking of money, let's get into a sponsor. All right, so literally just yesterday, somebody sent me screenshots of them purchasing this next sponsor. It's the apocalypse, people. Coronavirus, zombies are fixing to roll around everywhere. You need to be prepared. So you know that you can count on us here at Dear America to give it to you straight. That's kind of the whole point of everything we do. If you believe us, then take our advice today. Start preparing. Jake has sent me so many conspiracy videos of zombie apocalyptic people in China. Coronavirus, you need to pay attention. While the media is busy distracting you with the latest titillating headlines, there are real threats to our health and safety that nobody wants to talk about. I'm not trying to fearmonger, but look at how the left behaves. Natural disasters, quarantines, and it can all change in the blink of an eye. You can either make a plan or risk being with the panicked masses staring at empty shelves. Please go to preparewithgraham.com and get 45% off a 2-week emergency food kit from my friends at My Patriot Supply. These meals include breakfast, lunch, and dinner and last up to 25 years in storage. My Patriot Supply ships them fast and discreetly. Your family is worth it, and 45% off makes it a no-brainer. Only while supplies last at preparewithgraham.com. That's preparewithgraham.com. All right, so last thing about the Democratic side, Amy Klobuchar, or Klobuchar, whatever, the Washington Post publishes this. It goes, Amy Klobuchar was kicked out of the hospital 24 hours after giving birth. Her outrage has fueled her political rise.
When was she have her baby?
First of all, that's not that uncommon.
I was going to say, how
if
long?
If you have a
normal
completely normal birth, most people's health insurance cover about 24 hours after your completely normal birth.
That's what I would have guessed.
You go home. Gage was jaundiced, and we were only there for
Well, I was gonna
3
say,
days.
my body sucks, so we've always been longer.
I know, but
But
what I'm
yeah,
trying to
usually
say-
if you go in, especially in the afternoon, or you stay the night, and then you stay the next day. Sometimes it's tricky, like if you're in at midnight. And
that's
stuff,
what I'm
but-
saying. So I mean, I don't really understand.
But that is, I will say, they have
Did
been
they
working
kick you
on
out
that.
and your child needed medical care? Then I could see you getting upset. But if you had a completely normal birth, your freaking sister palmed her kid out in the middle of her living room.
Well,
and
she's a
she never
beast.
went to the hospital, not
Not
near
with any-
one time.
not with any of her 5
it's,
children.
it's a tactic.
I know.
They're a
but,
party of reproductive rights.
but people
so.
are buying into this stuff.
I do think there is some truth to. They kick you out, I feel like, way too soon. It used to be like 2 nights. Actually, it used to be forever. But like,
Well, if everything's good.
but
Is
if
there not an
everything-
argument that can be made, though, that the whole birthing process for completely normal births, all right? Now, no complications of any kind, no C-sections, completely normal vaginal births. Aren't most of those smoother now to where people are recovering quicker and able to leave the hospital sooner?
I don't care if you're back to when Eve gave birth. Birthing sucks.
I'm not saying it doesn't suck.
No,
I'm trying to say they're making this seem like
No,
she
I don't think
was wrong.
No,
in some
I don't
way.
think she was wrong. I do think sometimes our healthcare system and the hospitals kick you out before you should be gone. I do think that.
Sounds like a
and
liberal.
I mean, that's just it's not true. That is just the facts. But yes, if you're completely normal, yes, most people get sent home. So she's just another one.
All
of us? I
I'm
don't know.
saying is also this thing is completely weird. Pay attention how they word it. 24 hours after giving birth. So how long were you in the hospital before then? Were you
That's a good
completely
point.
taken care? So 24 hours from the moment you gave birth. What if you gave birth at a night? So technically you were there 2 more nights. You know see what I'm saying?
That's a good point.
And she probably didn't even mind, but she
she
uses
didn't mind.
it as.
But most people won't. Like, I remember I did not want to be at the hospital. Most people want to get home to their bed and relax and have their baby and not be woken up with heart monitoring and all these different things, bathing the baby at midnight.
This is not are women, warriors for childbirth? Of course you are. This is this really like this massive
No, it's
freaking
not.
wrong and
They grabbed her
that
and
happened?
threw her out of the
They
bed.
threw her out.
Grabbed her and threw her baby.
You don't
and
get
she
a
had
wheelchair.
to catch the baby
Yeah.
before the baby hit the ground. You
And
know
I
what
will
mean?
say I hated that rule. They make you, they have
Get
to
in the
wheel you
wheelchair,
out.
yeah.
Oh, I hated that so much.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just
Yeah, well, good Lord. Anyway, just saying. All right, so let's talk about Trump in the
love to.
primary. Okay,
Crushing it.
So here is where the Democrats should be really, really, really afraid. Okay, Trump in Iowa. Trump had record numbers for voters for an incumbent president in Iowa for like 30-something thousand. Okay, but now comes New Hampshire. All right, so let's go over the past 4 incumbent presidents. All right. Reagan, 1984, had 65,000 voters show up. Clinton, in 1996, had 76,000
I
voters
love
show
this.
up. Bush had 53,000. Obama had the lowest, and it's not even close, at 49,000. Trump yesterday at 87%
Wow.
reporting only 87%
Oh,
reporting
no, wow.
had over 120,000 voters.
I thought you were going to say
Yeah.
87,000. That's why I said wow.
No, he had 120,000.
Wow.
Premature,
Only
wow.
87% showing up. This is why this is
Wow.
what the Democrats are not
Jake hates
able
you.
to figure out. This is what's going on because all these polls they're doing, all
Baloney.
these people that they're talking to,
Fake
the
news.
whole 1,200 people that they're polling show that every Democrat that's running, Trump loses to. But yet Trump
Yeah.
is pulling
How do they even get
record-setting numbers at turnouts for turnouts that don't even really technically matter for Trump. That they're what's the word? They're just
Oblivious.
no.
Like a rally?
This is just when something's known and you just got to go through the
Denial.
procedures anyway.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Crap, are y'all serious? No,
You can't think of it either.
Yeah. Procedure?
When something's known.
This is just all of this is just this.
All of this
Mandatory?
all of this is just required.
I know you're circling. I can't get to it
Yeah.
either, though.
Uh,
Oh, no, this is just... I know.
this is just the
Like if you know you got to get the job, you're going to get it, but you got to interview anyway.
That protocol. The standard procedure. The standard protocol.
Okay, all of this is just
Formalities.
Thank you, Jake.
There it is.
Dear Lord, formalities. Oh,
Well, jump back in.
all of this is just a formality.
We'll have some time of
I was
silence.
going to say, you want to jump back in?
yeah, no, right there. No, that's
Okay.
perfect. Formalities. Good Lord, I was about to burn this place down. Formalities.
We went through a lot of
this
words,
is
though.
just a formality.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's having record. God, we're stupid.
We're tired. It is hard to think
Trump
when you are
is
tired.
having record-setting showings for really formalities is what this is. Yeah, you got to do it, and you got to do the primary votings, but he's an incumbent president, and it's a formality. I'm going to say it like
I was
8
gonna say, you're gonna
times
say
now that we're
it
going to
80
do it. It's
times now?
formality, formality,
It's just
formality.
denial on the left too. Like
Right.
it's trying to stir their base up. Like, look, all these guys can beat Trump. Go out and vote.
All of the signs of actual people showing up to the polls, more people are showing up to vote for Trump, an incumbent, than they're showing up for the Democrats that are actually running to be able to run against him.
And it's like they learned nothing from 2016.
Yeah.
They had it in the bag, and guess who came out to vote in droves? Real Americans.
Yeah.
And now they're like, oh, look at all these polls. Real Americans don't do that.
Nobody believes
and we
the
don't
polls.
really look at them anyway.
Nobody believes it. But I'm telling you now. Granted, okay, we can't take anybody whoever gets the Democratic nod. We can't take anyone for granted. Okay. However, all of the signs show that Trump is heading for a
savage landslide,
day in history type election,
Reagan-esque.
That Reagan-esque, I think even more. Trump is created something that has energized a base of people that. I mean, what's the first thing we said when I can't tell about that. Dadgummit.
Another secret.
First thing
First
thing we talked about when we came here to Texas was we got to get our driver's license and register to vote. Very first thing we got to do. We got to register to vote because all this stuff is fixing to happen. We got to be able to vote.
Yeah.
It's changing the mindset of people. Most people would be like, we'll get to it when we get around to it kind of thing. But no, people are ready for this election.
Excited, yeah.
It's almost like people who normally would view voting as, because I was one of those people too. I used to view voting as this, I got to go vote.
Right. Nothing's going to change either way. If it's a Democrat or Republican, my life's not changing.
Now it's like people are ready for, especially Trump supporters, like they are ready to show that the Trump base thinks that we can have a bigger turnout than we had in 2016. And it's becoming this, like, just wait, man. We
momentum
are fixing
building.
to just destroy this thing.
Yeah. But like you were saying, we can't underestimate them because in 2016, they thought they had it in the bag.
For sure,
so probably
for sure.
a lot of people stayed home.
And I will say that the Trump
more
campaign,
years of Trump
campaign, and anyone that supports Trump is doing a very good job of this, constantly reminding people you have to get out and vote. You know, you can't just assume that Trump's got enough votes to win already. You have to go out and do your part. I think conservatives are doing a good job of that.
Yeah,
I
and
agree.
even with the 2 million fake illegal votes in California, he'll still win. You know.
So, I was a little not sensitive this morning. New York, the New York Post tweeted that Michael Douglas, Kirk Douglas's son, said that on Kirk Douglas's deathbed, what he told him was he supported Mike Bloomberg. I'll take things that did not happen for 500, Alex. That the last thing your dying daddy said to you was that he would have voted for Mike Bloomberg. Yeah. Anyway, so I responded in a natural way, and I said the amazing thing is somehow Kirk Douglas is going to vote for Mike Bloomberg, given the Dems' track record of dead people voting. And apparently that's where I made a mistake of saying such a thing like that. But it's true.
Why would you use a death in the family as an opportunity to try and be political?
Well, it's a lie, first of all.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
But still, I can't imagine.
And if it's not a lie, that's got to be the saddest thing I've
Last
ever heard.
thing to
Your
say.
last
Maybe.
words. Not I love you.
Maybe they had like this huge family bet and we aren't going to talk about politics or who votes for who. And maybe he just wanted to know at the very end, like, Daddy, who did you vote for?
Michael.
Mike Bloomberg.
Michael, come here.
I'm just saying. I feel like it's. I don't know. I feel like it would be really, really, really.
What is it, Dad? Is it where the treasure is? No. Is it how much you love me? No. Mike Bloomberg's gonna save America.
Stop, Graham. Stop. That's too much.
So what? I'm just saying
it'd be really.
Like, who does that? It's
Graham,
a lie.
I'm saying it'd be really audacious of him to use his father who has passed as a political gain. So I would like to think that he did not.
Because they have no
he
souls.
did say
These
that.
people don't care. These
They
people
worship
don't
golden
hold,
idols,
yes,
golden statues.
Worship golden
Right.
idols. They worship money. They
That's-
worship power and influence. These people do not care. So I completely believe that he's lying about it.
Well, I'm going to stick to. I hope he's not. Although that is really sad if that was his final
Bloomberg
words.
probably paid him $150.
Yeah.
$150.
Yeah.
Jake, Stop this.
Yes, yes.
my
Bloomberg
God.
paid Michael Douglas $150
Oh my
to
gosh.
say that.
I can't be on this episode.
Oh my gosh! Wow, wow! We are in rare form today.
Y'all are in
This
rare form.
is
I-
amazing, ladies and gentlemen. You are hearing some gold. If that doesn't make it somewhere on a feed, I don't know.
Well, Graham, I
That's-
have something for you.
Okay.
One of my best friends just sent me this and said, "Is this another fake account? It's Graham Allen with your face on Facebook, and under it, official giveaways. Apparently, you're giving things away."
Yeah. Everything
I
that
was
I
like,
post
no.
on Facebook right now, anytime someone comments or shares it, there's this fake account that immediately like comments under it. And it's like, congratulations. You just won my $5,000 giveaway. All you got to do is give me your social, your address, and your birthday.
Yeah.
And you'll get $5,000.
So please don't do
from
that
me.
because we're not giving you
Again,
$5,000.
look, man, look, I love everybody, but if you're dumb enough to do something like that, I just, I mean, how
Just
how
don't
sorry
ever
should
give
I
away
have
your
to feel?
information.
Anyway, all right, let's break for a sponsor. All right, so we like to always talk about our sponsors, and we specifically like to talk about Red Arrow Weapons. Everybody, we've been talking about it for a long time. The things that are going on in Virginia right now, Second Amendment, pro-gun patriots are fighting this battle against the most open attack we've had against our Second Amendment in my lifetime that I've seen. So Red Arrow Weapons is a sponsor of ours. They've stuck with us through thick and thin. We love what they do. We love what they stand for. Make sure that you support the companies that support us. Go to Red Arrow Weapons today and check them out. Red Arrow is made 100% in the US of A. Comes standard with CMC triggers and Magpul accessories. They come out of the box ready to deliver superior accuracy and reliability. For Dear America listeners, you enter the coupon code RECALLRALPH. That's a hit at Ralph Northam. Recall Ralph to get 10% off 300 blackout pistols plus free shipping now through February 21st. Support the companies that support us. Go check out Red Arrow Weapons right now. All right, so that's pretty much it. I mean, there's not a whole lot of news stuff today. This has been a funny episode, though. So we have a big announcement episode coming up soon.
Yay, we
And
can reveal secrets.
Yes, and so we're going to let you in on one of the many secrets that we've got cooking up. So make sure that you stick around and make sure that you're on the lookout for that. Anyway, so make sure you stick around because we like to let you guys in on what's going on in our lives and in the Dear America world. So stick around, hang out, tell everybody about the podcast.
The Plodcast.
The Plodcast. Tell everybody about the Dear America podcast and stick around for a big reveal episode coming up very, very, very soon. Mystical spirit fingers. It's always weird to the audio audience because we do things on the video that is completely missed by the audio.
Tune
only.
into YouTube.
Yeah, tune in to YouTube to figure out what stupid stuff we do during the. Anyway, thank you guys so much for your support.
Yeah.
We hope you enjoyed this episode. I had a really good time with this one.
Yeah.
This one was funny.
We just rolled with it.
We just rolled with it.
We didn't think about it too much.
Anyway, thank you guys so much for listening. Alyssa, where can they find you?
Alyssa Allen. Yes, that's it on Instagram.
Wow.
I was trying to think it was 10 because someone asked for my email earlier. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Go ahead, Jake.
This is episode what?
Producer
tired. I can do
_
anything.
Jake on Instagram.
And of course, I'm Graham Allen. Thank you guys so much for listening to this episode of the Dear America podcast. And we'll see you all again next time.
Bye.